Hello guys, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be reviewing a pre-workout called Thank Pump For That by DNA Sports, which is their non-stim pump formula, as it says on the front there. So we're going to be covering the usuals: the taste, the price, the label and the effects. Is it going to be worth picking up? Is it worth looking at? How does it stack up against some of these big monstrous pump formulas that are on the market today? And if you are new on the channel and you do happen to like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, because it really does help us out. And if you like these kind of reviews, then consider hitting the subscribe button and ticking the bell icon, because we drop about 3 a week. So it's definitely worth staying tuned along for the ride. Let's get into this one though. Okay, into taste and mixability, and we have got the pleasure of trying Rocket Pop flavour. We're normally a big fan of this type of flavour, so how will it par up as we try it in Thank Pump For That? So it's a big ass 24-gram scoop, and 2 relatively flat / rounded scoops in that region will achieve that. Let's see what the mixability is looking like though. So yeah, it's quite a bit settled at the bottom there, but you know, that's all pump formulas are like that really. I mean, I'd be amazed if we ever get a pump formula that's got perfect mixability. So I'd say that's about what you would expect from a pump formula these days. Obviously, it's just in a glass. If you was to shake it up in a shaker, you would achieve a better result. But you know what we're like here, we like our glasses. So let's see how it tastes. Oh, very sour. Definitely get the chalkiness on the back end. The chalky back end, I nearly said then. Yeah, it's definitely got a bombsicle flavour. Let's give it another go. See, the flavour's actually really nice, but it's disturbed by that really dry chalkiness down to, you know, one of the ingredients in this formula, which we'll get into shortly. So that does detract from the score, obviously. But yeah, really not bad. So I'm going to give it between a 7.5 and an 8, but I'm going to round up to an 8 because I do like it. I do generally like Rocket Pop flavours, so it has to be really bad for me to give a Rocket Pop flavour, you know, a lowish score. So 8 out of 10. It would easily be a 9 or a 10 out of 10 if it weren't for that excessive chalkiness, and you know, maybe it's a little bit too sour for my taste, but some of you guys might like sourness. Obviously you can always add more water to mitigate that, but nonetheless an 8 out of 10 is indeed a solid score. So let's move on to price. Okay, so you can pick up this product from dnasports.uk using our discount code ReviewBros20, which knocks off a whopping 20%, bringing the price of this tub down to £31.99 or £1.60 a go. And when you put that against our consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are from across the world, it comes in at a 5.5 out of 10. So with the discount code, it's actually priced slightly better than your average pre-workout. And when we get into a label, I think you'll agree that this is much more than just an average pre-workout. But let's not jump the gun, let's get into it now. Okay, let's get into this pump formula. So what exactly are we getting in the label? So we've got 24-gram serving size, 2 scoops gets you that obviously. We've got citrulline malate 2:1 ratio at 10 grams. Really, really nice dose. So you're easily hitting over that clinical amount of the 6 grams, what we look for, of pure L-citrulline to bump up nitric oxide levels, improve blood flow, improve nutrient delivery, and ultimately help you get those juicy pumps. Then we move down to glycosize, which is the registered trademarked version of glycerol powder at 2 grams, which is a decent dose. You normally see anything from like a gram to like 3, 4, 5 grams in extreme circumstances. Obviously, the higher the dose, the harder it is to prevent the pre-workout from clumping. I can say hand on heart, this one has been fine, and I've had this for a good couple of months now, maybe even 3 months, and it's not suffering from any clumping issues. It is a tiny bit clumpy in there, but it breaks up immediately on contact. That's what I mean. It's not like actual clumps, just so you know. But anyway, that's a hyperhydration ingredient, so it's going to pull water and moisture into the muscle cell. Hyperhydration, going to fill you out, give you that nice round sort of pumped up look that we're all chasing. Then we've got taurine at 2 grams, which is a really nice dose, double the normal. That's an amino acid that's going to help with hydration, you know, pumps, cognitive ability, and a little bit of energy production within the body. And then we move down to alpha GPC, 50%, 600 milligrams, the dose we look for. That's going to help to increase choline levels within the brain, which is going to help with endurance and focus and concentration. Then we move down to Selflow 6, an ingredient you may have heard of. 600 milligrams, really nice dose. You know, you normally only see about 3, so they've gone double here on the maximum serving. That helps with a whole bunch of things. It's a multifaceted ingredient, shall we say. Most notably in here for the pumps, obviously, increasing that nitric oxide production for vasodilation and pump. Also helps with endurance, recovery, power, all kind of stuff. You know, I'll be here all day if I was to delve into every little benefit that you get from it, but fantastic ingredient, always been big fans of it here. So how will it work in this one? Then we move down to pink Himalayan salt at 200 milligrams, decent dose, you know, not to be sniffed at, we'll take it for the sodium, for the pumps, for the hydration, for the electrolyte booster. So again, that will play into the pumps. And then we wrap off here with estrogen at 100 milligrams. We normally only see 50, so again, they've gone double here. They like doubling up dosages in this formula, as you can tell. So, you know, more on this in effects, but I think 1 scoop would definitely sort a lot of people out, but 2 scoops for people that want to get pumped off their nut. So yeah, that's going to help with the absorption of all of these ingredients, getting them through as quickly and efficiently as possible. I really like this formula. I think it's ticking all the boxes that you would generally want from a pump formula. You know, you're getting a bit of focus, you're getting a bit of vasodilation, you're getting a bit of hyperhydration, or I say a bit, you're getting a lot. So how will it come together in real life? Are we going to get swelly poppins? Stay tuned and we'll get into it. Okay, so the most important part of any review, the effects of Thank Pump for that. So just how pumped did we get on this product? Well, firstly, I'll just start by saying we really like DNA Sports, and every product we've tried from them has been really solid. You know, just off the top of my head, we really like their Hate pre-workout, Flatline, Red, White, Blue. There's been quite a few products of theirs that we've tried that we've given really high scores. So they're all really well dosed, really well produced. You can tell they put a lot of care into their products. So is it the same story here? Let's get into it. So with pump formulas, as you guys know, it's non-stim, so I'm not going to be talking about the stimulant or energy side of things because it's simply not here. They have got a little bit of focus in here alongside the pump, so I'll touch on that as we move through the effects section. So obviously with these pump formulas, you need to give them at least half an hour to get into your system, as with all pre-workouts. So let's talk most notably, obviously I've used it a few times, that's important to note, but most notably today for a chest and tricep session, and as this effects section goes on, I will show some overlay footage of my nasty, painful, just grimacing pump that I had to record to get video evidence of before it faded away. So anyway, I don't want to jump the gun too much, giving away too much before I get into the details, but yeah, so like I sort of touched on in the label section, really, you're getting everything you'd want in a pump product. You could argue that you want beta-alanine. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not going to bash this for not having it. I personally like beta-alanine, so does Aaron, so we would prefer it if it did have it. It would be nice to get that illusion of something kicking in, but then we absolutely understand that it's not necessarily in a pump product, and there are a large number of people that don't like it. So that's kind of neither here nor there. That's just a point that I'd like to make, that it's something that I personally would like and add to a pump formula of my own. However, not in here. So you don't necessarily feel it kick in. However, once you get training after your first exercise, that is when it becomes very apparent that you have indeed taken a pump formula, because you get pumped after your first set, and I absolutely shit you not, you genuinely do. You're like, you start to feel swole, you start to feel really hard and just juicy in the area. Like for example, I just did 1 set of incline chest press with 100, racked it. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm only just getting started. And suffice to say, by the end of the session, you know, I was absolutely pumped off my chops, to the point where it makes you look a lot bigger than you actually are in reality. Like, I really wish I'd got a before video or picture of myself before I took anything. Well, you could see in the earlier on video of the review anyway, when I'm filming through the intro and taste, when I'm just wearing my vest. I look nothing like I do in the footage that I'm showing in the effects section. So it really does add like the illusion of an extra 20 pounds to your frame. It's ridiculous. And obviously that is as a result of that added blood flow, that added hyperhydration, you know, the glycerol and the taurine pulling in that water into the muscle, really filling you out and giving you that balloon-like look. But another interesting thing that I thought about this pre-workout is that I didn't actually, when I trained on it, I didn't feel dead. I wasn't like, oh, I can tell that I've not taken stims. I absolutely no problem whatsoever. So the alpha GPC, albeit it's the only focus ingredient in here, like direct focus ingredient anyway, it definitely kept me on the ball. It was enough to keep me switched on. Like, I did not feel dead to the world whatsoever. So in that regard, very nice. Obviously that also plays into the mind to muscle connection, because when you're more focused, you're going to get better pumps, and you know, it all kind of ties into one another, doesn't it?
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
And another key thing I noticed is just how strong I was on this product. You know, I'm not at my all-time strongest really at the moment, but for some reason I was training on my own today, so rest time was reasonably low, no spotters, no nothing like that, but I was pushing weights that I wouldn't even push. Well, I probably would push if I took a, you know, an off your bonds pre-workout, like a really high stim one. It gets me all G'd up to lift heavy weight, but I just stepped in the gym like very calmly and lifted weights that I would normally lift if I've taken quite a heavy stim pre-workout where I'm really up for it. So I think, I don't know, it's interesting, isn't it? It just really made me in the zone, enjoy the training from the moment my hands touched the bar right the way to the end. It was one of those ones where I didn't want the gym session to end because the pumps were so nasty. I was enjoying looking at myself off the mirror, you know, call it egotistical or vain, whatever you want to say, but this is just what this stuff does to you. I was really enjoying it, and hence why I got the video at the end of the training. So very consistent, no negatives, no struggles on the digestion. Obviously you got the digestive aid, so that explains why. Like I said earlier, it ticks all the boxes you want from a pump formula: vasodilation, hyperhydration, focus, and that really does translate into real world training. I honestly don't really have a bad thing to say about this product. I'm honestly going to give it a 9.5 out of 10, and the only reason I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 is because there are other pump formulas that I have got, and I mean a tiny bit more grimacing pump, you know, the likes of Gorilla Mode, but that thing is just silly. But for the price, if we're talking price, 5.5 out of 10 on the price scale, I think this is amazing bang for buck. You know, it tastes good, well priced, stack label, well dosed. And most importantly, it actually comes together in reality, because you can get some products that have these crazy labels. It's all well and good, and they can cost a bomb as well, but it doesn't always come together in the gym, does it? But this one, hand on heart, they've delivered again. Another solid product. Like I said, it really does tick every box that you'd want from a pump formula. I really can't pick any holes in it, to be honest with you guys. So a solid 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely battling, you know, up the top tier with the top pump formulas on the market. So yeah, I would say definitely give it a look. If you're interested in this sort of thing, if you're in the market for a pump formula, this should be on your shortlist. Yeah, like I said, we've liked all their products so far. So let us know your thoughts down below. Have you used this? Have you used any other products from DNA Sports? Is there anything else you want to see us review? Let us know. Also, don't forget, I know we put it down in the sort of handle on the screen, but we are on Reddit, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Snapchat, you know, you name it. So if you want more content from us, give us a follow in any one of those. They're always growing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, stay pumped. And you will, I can promise you that much.